Okay, today I am going to demonstrate how to make a mojito. As a bartender, I have experience in making a lot of drinks, but my favorite has always been the mojito, and it's my favorite one to drink as well. So, today I'm going to show you how to make a classic mojito, and then I'm going to make two different versions that are flavored with fresh fruit. The second one is going to be your apple raspberry, and the third one is going to be watermelon. And I'm going to have Sam come over here and help me because he also has some bartending skills. So we're going to start off with your classic mojito has mint, lime, soda, simple syrup, and rum. We are using fresh key lime for the other two because we're making them a little bit more exotic with the fresh fruit, so I wanted to give it a little bit different flavor. And the apple raspberry has raspberry apple juice, and then the watermelon, of course, has fresh watermelon. So we're going to start off with each one of these is going to have your fresh mint. And you want to put about 5-6 mint leaves in there, enough to give it a good mint flavor. And then you want to take your muddle, and you want to gently bruise the mint. You don't want to bruise too hard, just enough to release the essential oils of the mint. And the next step we're going to do is the lime. So we're going to add regular lime to the classic mojito, and then we're going to use key lime for the other two. And we use half a lime for the classic mojito, and then for the key lime I'm using a whole one because they're smaller than an average lime, but they still have a lot more potent fruit. And then next we're going to put the fruit in the apple, raspberry one, and then the watermelon and the watermelon one. And you want to muddle that gently as well to get all the juices out of that. And then next we're going to add our liquor. Each one is going to have your 2 ounces of rum. And usually you can use a jigger. As bartenders, we already kind of know how much exactly a 1 ounce pour is. But a jigger is a 1 ounce, and then a pony is a 1/2 ounce. And then next you're going to put 2 ounces of simple syrup in the classic mojito. And then the other one you only put a 1/2 ounce because these have natural sugars in the fruit, so you don't need as much sugar to replace them. And then we'll add the apple juice and the apple raspberry, and that's 3 ounces. And the recipe for the classic mojito, you can find that on Bacardi.com. And these 2 recipes, you can find those on MojitoCompany.com. And then we're going to add our ice. And after you add the ice, you just top it with your club soda. Out of there. You can go ahead and top it. And that's how you make each one of these, and then of course add up, stir your mojitos to get the flavors in there really well. And then of course the last thing you do, add your straw. So that's your classic mojito, your apple raspberry mojito, and your watermelon mojito. And the one thing I really love about the mojitos is they're really easy to make. They're very unique. They're like some other drinks, but because of the process of how they're made, they're unique. And it's a perfect, refreshing drink that you can have individual size, or you can even make a pitcher size when you have a cocktail party. So anybody else have any questions?
Yes, I have one. Why is it that you don't use flavored rum as opposed to, why did you use the fruit instead?
The best thing about mojitos is that you're using fresh fruit and the fresh lime and the mint. And so if you use flavored rums, you don't get that authentic taste, and it just doesn't taste the same. Sometimes a lot of bars will have different flavored mojitos, but that's the beauty of learning how to make your own mojitos, is that you can use fresh fruit.
I have a question. Sure. The muddler. I've seen wooden muddlers, but why did you choose to use plastic?
I choose the plastic one because they don't stain. The wood ones, especially if you're using fruit, like we used here, the red raspberry, that's really going to stain your wooden, and then you also get the oils and stuff like that that's going to soak into your wood, which is naturally what a wood does. So it helps to use the plastic one because it's easier to clean, but you can use either one.
Okay, I have one question. What is simple sugar?
The simple syrup, a lot of bartenders, the classic mojito has sugar in it, and the reason why I like to use simple syrup is because when you're making a drink, the sugar doesn't dissolve very well. And so bartenders use simple syrup, which is just a simple recipe, which you can also find in any of your bartender's guidebooks. It's equal proportions of water and sugar. So if you use half a cup of water, you use a half a cup of sugar. So it's really easy, and it stores in your refrigerator for up to, I think, 3 or 4 months.
Wow.
Is that it?
I have one more question.
Sure.
Can I drink the raspberry apple?
Sure.
What's going on?
So I want to thank everybody for coming and appreciate your time. Thanks.